Okay, so in this one, we are going to tackle solving compound inequalities. So for this one, different from the previous video, for this one, I am going to solve these live, basically. So I'm going to bring up some questions and I might get confused, but I'm going to solve them and explain them live. This is to help with my studying habits and to improve my retention of memory. So this is the first question. We have x is less than 2 and x is greater than or equal to negative 3. We have to solve the inequality, graph the solution on a number line, and then write it in interval notation. So the first thing is to solve it. We want to put it we want to write this in a way where there's one x. So we want to write it kind of like this. Like that. Not with those numbers, but it has to look like that, basically. So for this one, I'm looking, and the most important thing is for me to focus on which direction the x's and the x symbols are going. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is to look at which direction the signs are going. So this is actually confusing for me to solve. So I put the x in the middle, and we know x is less than 2, right? So I just write down 1 and then figure out the others. So, okay, so see, this works, but I'm going to flip it so that it's negative 3, and then like this, and then like that, so that the negative is on the left side. So, and then I'm going to type that in as our inequality solution. So that should be, actually, I'll type it in later. And then graphing the solution, it should be, this is negative 3, this is 2, and then x is greater than negative 3, x is less than 2, so it'd be like right here, and there you have it. And then the inequality notation solution would be, for this guy, negative 3, oh wait, I should write that in. So negative 3 filled in, and then for the 2, it's open, like that. So then 2 open. Okay. Next question is going to be, we have x, x is greater than or equal to 1, and x less than or equal to 3. So for this one, 1x is less than or greater than 3. Perfect. And then on the line, we 1, this will be 3. And then x is greater than 1, we'll put a line right here. And x is less than or equal to 3. We'll have open. Oh no, this is closed in. And then this one is also closed in. So then the solution should be bracket 1, comma 3, bracket. Okay, so it must have cut out. But the next question is going to be 4 parenthesis 2x minus 1 parenthesis less than or equal to 20, and we'll do 2 parenthesis x plus 3 parenthesis less than 8. So first things first is we're going to distribute this, which will get us 8x minus 4 is less than or equal to 20. We can then add this 4 here, which this will cancel out and leave us with 8x divided by, 8x is less than or equal to 24. We can then divide them both by 8. This will cancel out, and that'll get us x is less than or equal to 4. Right? Is that correct? 24 divided by 8 It's 3, 3. I don't know. This is why I always double check with the calculator. Next one is we distribute this guy. That'll get us 2x plus 6 is less than 8. We can then subtract the 6 from both sides to get us 2x less than 2. Then we can divide them both by 2. That'll cancel that out, leaving us with x is less than 1. So our answers are these two, which translates to 1x and then 3. I think we made a mistake here because I don't think you can have it like this. There has to be some mistake here. Yeah, x is less than both. And I don't think you can have this. Hold on. Okay, so when you get something like this, right, and what you do here is it's both of these, right? So it has to satisfy both of these. So you write down here 1 and then a 3. So we'll solve one of them first. We'll solve the left one first, which we'll do blue. This one's blue and this one's red. So for blue, x is less than equal to x is less than equal to 3. So this is all that one. And then for the red one, x is less than 1, which is all this one. There you go. And this is going to be a red. And then this one, oh no, sorry. This one will be blue filled in, and this one will be red open. The solution to solve both of these, because you need to have both of them, the solution is over here. So it'll be from leftmost to right, it'll be negative infinity, comma, 1, parenthesis is your solution. Because despite all of this being one of them, you need one that satisfies both. And this one is the only one that satisfies both. Next one, we'll move over here. Next one is going to be 5x negative 2 is less than equal to 3x plus 2, and has to satisfy that one, and it also has to satisfy 3x minus 4 is greater than equal to 2x plus 1. So let's solve one first. Solve this one. We can add 2 to this side, add 2 here. That cancels this guy out. And now we have 5x less than 3x plus 4, to which we can subtract the 3x from both sides here, which will cancel this out. And now we have 2x less than equal to 4. And now we can divide these two, which cancels this 2 out, and now we have x less than equal to 2. Next one. For this one, we can add 4 on each side. It'll cancel out this 4 here, and now we have 3x greater than equal to 2x plus 5. Then we can subtract the 2x here, which will cancel out this, and then we have x is greater than equal to 5. So now we have to satisfy both of them, right? So we'll put down 2, we'll put down 5, this one will be red, and this one over here will be blue. So for the blue one, x is less than equal to 2. So over here, and then we fill in the circle. This is the blue one. For the red one, x is greater than 5, which is over here, and it's filled in. Problem here is that in order to satisfy both, none of them, there is no number that satisfies both. They don't exist. So for this one, the answer is simply no solution. So continuing to the next one, we have negative 22 is less, is less than equal to 3x minus 4 is less than negative 1. let me rewrite that, is less than -1. So now for this question, this is unlike the previous ones we've seen, right? Now we have two inequalities. So what do we do here? The only thing you want to do really is make sure the x is by itself, so that way we can solve it like the previous questions, right? So unlike the previous ones where whatever you do to one side, you do the other, whatever you do to any side, you do to all three, right? So it's a uniform change. So here we're going to add 4 here, we're going to add 4 here, and we're going to add 4 here. It'll cancel out this 4, and then it'll leave us with -22 plus 4 is -18. So -18 here is less than equal to 3x is less than, that's the 3. Okay? Now we can divide these all by 3 because we have to get this 3 out of here, so the x is there. So we can divide this by 3, this by 3, and this by 3. Take out that guy, and then -18 divided by 3 is -6. -6 here, less than equal to, just the x left, less than, and then 3 divided by 3 is 1. So there we have what we need. So now we go back to the line, we go to -6, we go to 1. So here, this is different. We don't have an and, we have the entire thing laid out, right? So here we know x is greater than and equal to -6. So this is all for -6, and there's a filled in blue dot. Now for the other one, x is less than 1, which is all of this, but it's not equal to 1, so we fill it in. The solution is in between. It's these guys, which would be bracket -6 to 1 parenthesis. There you go. Next question. Let's see. Okay, this one's going to be -1 is less than 4x plus 3 is less than 11. First step here, we're going to subtract the 3 from every side, cancel out that. So then we are going to have -4 is less than 4x less than, and then 11 minus 3, I'm going to make sure I don't mess up simple math here, is 8. Now we can divide everything here by 4, all of it here, cancel out that 4 here. On the left side, we're going to get -1 is less than x, which is less than 2. There you go. Now we draw this out. -1 is over here, 2 is over here, and for the 1, x is greater than but not equal to -1. So we open up the circle. For the other one, x is less than but not equal to 2. So we can draw that like that. So then we have open circles on both ends, and the only one that satisfies it are everything in the middle, which would be parentheses -1 and then 2 parentheses. There's your answer. Okay, the next question is going to be x is less than equal to -2 or x is greater than 4. So now for this one, this one's going to help when they ask for the inequality notation solution, you write down where the solutions are. So in this case, you would just write this down because that's where the solutions are. Now, when you want to graph it, which is where your main focus is going to be, once again, you just write down the points, -2, and then 4. So we'll do one at a time, right? X is less than equal to -2. So x is less than over here, and then equal to, so we can fill it in, -2. And then the other one, x is greater than, but not equal to 4. So it moves in this direction, and we have an open circle. So now what it's asking us for is solve the inequality give a solution that satisfies either equation. That's why it says or. If it said and, there would be no solution because there aren't any points that land on red and also land on blue. In this case, you can only land on red, blue, or neither of them. So, and the idea, but that's what it's asking you for, so that's fine. If it was and, it wouldn't be fine. Because it's saying or, what it's just asking you for is give me a solution for any of them. It doesn't have to satisfy both, just one. So you can pick one over here, you can pick one over here, you can pick one over here, and over here. Either one is going to work. What you need to write in this case is the interval notation, which is what's more important, right? It's not going to ask you for a point. I just pointed that out to ensure that like it's understood that you got it right, even if it looks off. You just have to remember the difference between or and. So interval notation for this one is going to be a little bit more complicated, but it should be understandable once you know what's going on. So we're going to write down each one first because you're going to have two, right? So for the red one, you're going to have from negative infinity all the way to -2, including it. And for the blue one, you're going to have parentheses 4 all the way to positive infinity parentheses, right? You're still not done. You need some way to put them together, right? And what you do here is you're going to put a U, means union. That U represents this giant jump where there is no solutions. And there you go, there's your answer. Next question is going to be, here it is. The next question is x less than 1 or x greater than equal to 5. Okay, so like I said, the inequality notation solution is just this. Don't overthink it. Now if we're graphing it, it's going to be this. Over at 1, over at 5. We'll do 1 first, left side first. X is less than 1. So the x is over here. And it is an open circle. Other one, x is greater than equal to 5, which means it's over here and it's filled in. We need one that satisfies either of them, and this one satisfies either of them. So we've done most of the work. Now we just need to put it into interval notation, which is going to be this. So we have on the right side, it's going to be from negative infinity all the way to 1 parenthesis. Then we're going to do the other one, which is brackets including 5 all the way to positive infinity. And then we're going to union this. Once again, the union represents this guy right here. That's space. Without the union, it's gonna be wrong. Next question is, okay, this is a slightly bigger one. This is 3 parenthesis 2x minus 1 parenthesis is less than 3, or 4x minus 1 is greater than 7. So first step for the left one, we're going to distribute, which is going to be 6x minus 3 is less than 3. Then we're going to add the 3 to each side. It's going to cancel out that. Then that brings us to 6x is less than 6, to which we will divide both sides by 6, giving us x is less than 1. Other side, we're going to do plus 1 to both sides to cancel out this 1 here. Now we have 4x is greater than 8, to which we will divide both sides by 4, canceling out the 4 here. Now we have x is greater than 2. And remember, this is or, so your answer when you type it in for the inequality notation solution is going to be this. You type that in. The answer is this one or this one. Now, to put it on the graph, we have 1 and then we have 2. So, for the left one, x is less than 1. Goes in this direction, and it's an open circle. For the other one, x is greater than 2, goes in this direction, is also an open circle. And the solution is going to be from negative infinity, parenthesis, all the way to 1, parenthesis, and then the other one is going to be parenthesis 2, all the way to positive infinity, parenthesis, and then the union in the middle. Next question is going to be, this one's much more complicated. This is 1 over 4x, wrote that a little sloppy, 1 over 4x minus 1 is less than equal to 2, or 1 over 2 parenthesis x minus 12 parenthesis is greater than or equal to -6. So already there's a lot more going on here in terms of symbols and stuff and the way things are organized. Once again, don't get overwhelmed. Just focus on one thing at a time. So we will add the 1 to each side. That'll cancel this out, leaving us with 1 over 4x is less than or equal to 3. Now, to get rid of the fraction, we can multiply this by 4 on both sides. That'll cancel this guy out and leave us with x is less than equal to 12. That solves that one. For the other one, we distribute 1.5 to x and negative 12, giving us 1 over 2x negative 6 is greater than equal to -6. Now you can add the 6, and that will get you, this cancels out, and this cancels out, getting you 1 over 2x is greater than 0. Now, even if you were to multiply by 2, cancel this out, that would get you x is, greater than or equal to 0, because 0, anything divided by 0 is 0. So, now, this is OR, yeah, so anything that satisfies these guys is a solution, any of them. So we can write this down now. This is, we'll put, it's kind of out of order. Put 0 here, and then we'll put 12 here. So x is less than or equal to 12. So, so everything right here filled in, that satisfies that one. For the other one, x is greater than or equal to 0, which would be all of this. There you go. So now one that satisfies any of them, it's all of them, right? If you look anywhere, on any point, anywhere on this graph, you will solve the problem, which means your answer is going to be all solutions. You have everything. And when you type it in, the answer is going to be negative infinity all the way to positive infinity is your answer. Okay, for this one, we have 7x plus 4 is less than equal to 4, and 4x plus 6 is greater than equal to -10. Okay, let's solve the right one for the left one first. Minus 4 from each side cancels this guy and cancels that guy out, leaving us with 7x is less than equal to 0. Now, if we were to divide by this, you couldn't, right? So what happens now? Did I write something incorrectly? I think I might have. Anything divided, you can't divide by 0, but sorry, this will give you 0. This will give you 0. I don't know why I confused that. So that one's 0. I just overwhelmed myself. For the right one, you can subtract 6, canceling this guy out. That leaves you with 4x is greater than -16, to which you can divide both by 4. That'll cancel this guy out. And now that leaves you with x is greater than or equal to 4, right? Or 3. I'm confused here. Negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. I'm bad at the simple math. Now you need one that satisfies these both, right? So, the inequality notation solution is going to be written like this, right? So negative 4 is less than equal to x, which is less than equal to 0. There you go. That is the solution for the inequality. Now we want to write this, graph it. So we're going to have 0 over here and negative 4 over here. X is greater than negative 4, greater than or equal to negative 4, and then x is less than equal to 0. So that you have both your directions, both circles are filled in, and you need one that satisfies both. Luckily, we know it's the purple that satisfies both, right? So the solution is going to be bracket negative 4, comma, 0, bracket is your answer. For the next question, we have, oh, this is a word problem. Okay, well, I'm not going to do word problems here, so thank you for watching. Hope it was helpful.